Oregon Chief Meteorologist Nick Marianos now for a look at our weather forecast. And I will say, boy, was it a change to have to use the sunglasses today.
Yeah, exactly. You know, don't get used to it because
Right.
the
I figured.
this week is going to be bringing, I think, significant impacts across northern California with respect to winter impacts for Christmas Eve and the holiday travel, but also the rain impacts. And this is going to be probably one of the more significant rain events we've had in several years across our foothills. So we mentioned this just a few minutes ago about the headlines over the next several days with a copious rain event that will likely lead to a sharp rise across all rivers and streams in our area. The good news is we're coming off of what has been a dry stretch of weather, so I do think the main stem rivers are going to be able to absorb a lot of the rain that is heading in our direction. That said, the smaller creeks and streams, especially in our foothill communities, will be ones to watch as we get early to mid next week, with several storms coming in that will lead to an increasing risk of mudslides across parts of the foothills. And then the attention after that turns into Christmas Eve with a colder scenario that likely lead to major winter impacts in the Sierra as snow levels start to come crashing down with some cooler weather. So the next 7 days through Christmas Eve at this point, here's just a snapshot of the cumulative effect of what's taking place. We start to see the active weather. We had some weather moving in last night. We have some dry time going through tomorrow, but then as we get from Friday through the weekend, we'll see fairly minimal impacts before more substantial storm systems begin to move in by the time we get to Sunday, Monday, and through a good portion of next week. So I want to show you the water vapor satellite looking off toward the west. You look out toward Hawaii. Here's Honolulu down to the south, and look where we start to pull in this moisture, right? So this is what you known as atmospheric river, but in this case, since it's coming over Hawaii, the Pineapple Express, and as we know so well in California, it's a very wet but also a warm setup going into the weekend as all that tropical and subtropical moisture rolls in. So snow levels this weekend into early next week above 8,000 feet. Not much of a snowmaker, at least initially, but a rainmaker for sure. And you can see the rainfall risk for flooding start to increase by the time we get to Sunday, and likely continuing to increase Monday and especially going into Wednesday with all the storm systems rolling through. So as we mentioned this weekend, fast-moving storms coming through, not much of significant impacts, but Sunday to Monday, the atmospheric river likely stalling across our area before a stronger system pulls that back up here and gives us another round of widespread rainfall. So we'll certainly monitor the latest trends in the days ahead, especially with respect to the amount of rainfall. I think we could see some pretty decent and very healthy rainfall numbers, but too much rain in a short period of time will cause some problems. So we'll keep you posted on that. First Light Action Day now added for Wednesday due to the rain and snow impacts for Christmas Eve. Marley.
Yeah, happy to see the changes and the rain, but everything in moderation. Thank you, Nick.